fight, trying to see where this life take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
But you can't do that. Why? Because you're oppressed. We're oppressed.
Right.
It's not hard to comprehend. Read on, finish that out.
It reads, and in one of all things.
And in one of all things. Name one thing that you can go to the white man for. I mean, that you don't have to go to the white man for. Name one thing that you do not have to go to your enemies for. The white man, the Arab man, the Chinese man, the East African, etc., etc. Name one thing that you don't have to go to them for.
This is what's the enemies? Grow your own food.
Where do you get your seeds from? Don't you have to go to the store to buy your seeds? Yes or no? Yes or no, brother?
Necessarily.
Not necessarily. Where do you go? All right.
Some foods can grow naturally from the earth. Take the seed.
Doesn't the white man own? Hold on. Doesn't the white man have his names on every park and land that you try to go to?
Right.
Come on, brother. Don't. Just humble down. Humble down. If you wanna grow something or plant something, you have to go to the stores. You gotta get that seed that you gotta buy from there. Somehow the seed has a white man's name on it, right? Somehow the trees are named after so-called white. A lot of them are. These different land masses. Why? Because you're oppressed. You have to recognize that. Now again, you said the seeds. That was an X. Name something else. You can't.
No.
You can't. So it will be wise for you to humble down.
Right.
And the next brother, he's gonna come up and furthermore edify you on how you will be an Israelite, how you need to stop hanging with the so-called. Because again, this is why your mind all jammed up. You've been around him too long.
Right. Why is he
It makes sense.
Why does he go to 0?
Since you're jet
Why does he
lagged,
go from 1 to...
that's why your mind all jammed up right now. I'm tired. All right. Well, Lord willing, the next brother will come. Say what?
I'm straight from Abu Dhabi, 15 hours.
15 hours. Well, that's good that you're standing up here and you listening. That's good. I will give you that. You listen to the words of the Lord. Now, I know you're tired, but the next brother about to show you for a few more minutes how you be God's chosen people, how you have to repent and keep his commandments and come back to the Most High. Give me Baruch 4 and verse 28. All right, Baruch 4 and 28.
Baruch! They gotta tighten up their performance. Baruch chapter
Not a
4.
performance.
Right.
Performance. Again, the next brother he about to show you a little
It
something.
says, for as was your mind to go astray from the Most High,
Right.
so being returned.
So because your mind was astray from the Lord, so being returned, that's why you listening. So coming back to your heritage, do what?
Seek him 10 times more.
Don't be slow.
Seek him 10 times more.
Read that again.
Seek him 10 times more.
One more time.
Seek him 10 times more.
Read.
For he hath brought these plagues upon you.
Right. The Lord said, seek him 10 times more. That's why he brought these plagues upon us. But with that, close that show.
Khan, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah, mighty teacher, king, mighty teacher. I'm gonna have you read for me. I'm gonna have you whole post. Now, based off what you heard and everything, and we're glad that you stayed up here, right? You were just being a demon. We know you were just being a demon. It is what it is. It's not really for you anyway to believe in. We're here for our people, right? I mean, I know you believe in history. I know you believe in history, right? We brought out some historical facts. Do you agree with some of those historical facts that were brought out? History is history. So you can attest that Willie Lynch, he wasn't lying in his letter, right? And we were and still to this day are very oppressed systematically in and out of the system. So you're still oppressed, right? Now the reason why I'm asking these certain things because you say you may not feel oppressed or an individual may not, but not every individual is born in your circumstance. You know what I'm saying? So you have people that were oppressed since they were born. Now, what we're asking is every nation of people going through that? Some people being oppressed since they were born as a nation? Huh? Like who? Every nation. On a high level, they're oppressed. They go through the same things that we go through in this country or even around the world.
We have Indonesia, Myanmar, Burma, many countries.
And who are they oppressed by?
The old people.
Okay, I have a question. He said the Bible was. Do you believe in the Bible? Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. Do you know the people in the Bible, they're still on the earth today? I mean, the nations in the Bible are still on the earth today. God didn't just create whole nations. There's new nations of people. It runs through a seed line. Like if you have a son and your son has a son, I mean, you have to come from somebody. You have to come from a forefather, per se. So everybody goes back to a certain forefather on the earth. And we have to know that. There's a lineage. The Bible deals with history. Before 1968, since it's a book of fiction, why was it in different classrooms being taught? Brown versus the Board of Education. If you ever look up that trial, when the so-called black man got integrated in the white school systems, they took out the Bible. Why did they do that? Because when you read about so-called black people in the Bible, you will find out that they're not black. That's not a nation of people. That's a color. You will find out God has nations, and we happen to come from the greatest nation to ever walk the face of the earth.
That's right.
And that's why people want to make you think it's fiction. It's not fiction. It's history. Read what you got, King.
Lamentations 5:3.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 16.
Get out.
There's no end of all the people.
What the Lord say?
There's no end of all the people.
Read on.
Even of all that have been before them.
Even all that has been before us, there's no end of all the people. Right? Because when your fathers keep having sons and having sons and having sons, you're still going to fit that same seed line. That's what God said. And even science would tell you the same thing. Now read what you got. Lamentations 5 and verse 3.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse number 3.
Get out.
We are orphans.
What the Lord say?
We are
How
orphans.
come in the book of Jeremiah, right, because Jeremiah wrote Lamentations, that his people are orphans? On a mass level, on a nationalistic level, what people are considered orphans or known for not having a father in the household? Black people, right? The so-called white man can't really say the same. Maybe you have some individuals here and there, okay, that may be true. We're talking on a national or international level, man. We're one person in Africa and a person in Argentina, somewhere in China and California, they're experiencing the same thing. How? Right, read on.
And fatherless.
And what?
And fatherless.
Read on.
Our mothers are as widows.
Yeah, because her husband's either been deported, he's in jail, or he's dead. Right, read on.
We have drunken our water for money.
And that's good. You took a picture. Study who you are, because you're an Edomite.
Right.
Like we're telling you, you're an Israelite. God created 18 nations on the earth.
Right.
We have to declare which one you are in the Bible. You will be an Israelite according to the Bible, your true nationality. But what did our people learn? African American. That was invented in 1986 by Jesse Jackson. Your grandmother's older than that term.
Right.
What is what nation do you come from? What language did you speak? What heritage did you have? What culture did you have? What flag? Right? What government? What economy? What currency? What are these things? How are we not oppressed even on an individual level when you depend on the so-called white man for everything? I mean, if you get in trouble right now, you're calling Chicago Police Department.
Right.
You're not calling your own army. You're not calling your people. I mean, you can't speak your own. What is our language? If we go again, if we talk with some Indians and they speak in their own language, can we speak in our own language? They don't understand us.
Go back to Africa.
Okay, if we go back to Africa, but I mean, a majority of our people is not in Africa. They're in America. We're out here without their will.
Get a passport.
Huh?
We're all entitled to get a passport, so we can go back to Africa.
But I'm talking about when we're born on the earth. We're not taught our own language from our grandfather, from our grandmother, like the Chinese people, like Japanese people. I mean, you can be born in America, be Russian, and learn how to speak Russian. But why can I be born in America, but I'm subjugated to certain impoverities and systematic oppression that I have to learn English? I can't learn my own people's heritage or language.
Right.
What is our heritage?
West Africa.
West Africa? What is the West African heritage? Can I show you? Ghanaian people come from West Africa. Can you go to page 90? Ghanaian people do come from. Let's go into history. Since everybody believes in history, we're going to validate, first of all, the Bible is true and that you're a true Hebrew, going even back to West Africa. Because where was the people from West Africa? Hey, King, you can go on my book, my bag right there, and grab another book. It's going to be orange. Right there. Right there. Last one. That book sticking out. The last backpack, King.
You know, he old.
That's cool. Right here. All right, read page 90 for me. Never mind, yes, yeah, you got it. Read page 90.
The book of Babylon and Timbuktu.
Babylon and Timbuktu was written by Rudolph R. Windsor. He was a PhD, a known PhD scholar in his time that studied the dark races on Earth. So he's going to give an account about people from West Africa and where they actually come from. Because the people in West Africa are not, most of them are indigenously not even from there. They migrated there from East Africa. Right, let me show you. Read this. Page 90, read verse right here.
It says, page 90, the second paragraph. It says the black Jews had an advantage over the African tribe.
Hold on, why did you have black Jews in Africa? What happened before that? In the Bible, it even says it. What happened before? Why were there black Jews in Africa? So first of all, everybody in Africa is not even African. You have some black Jews in there.
Right.
How did that happen? Right? Read on.
It says they carried their culture, history.
They what?
They carried their culture, history.
Why did they carry their culture to West Africa? Because you have something called the 70 AD Roman persecution of Jerusalem, where General Vespasian and General Titus, the Grecians, his forefathers came and destroyed your temple in Jerusalem, in the history books. And then our people fled into Africa to hide amongst the other dark races. That's why we carried our culture and our history. It's going to show you. Read on.
It says carried their culture, history, laws, written records.
Written what?
Written records.
Yeah, written records.
With them.
Right.
This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
Right.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
Right.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes.
Right.
The Jews made use of every opportunity.
So the Jews made use of every opportunity in West Africa. You're going to see. Read on.
They were introducous and industrious and skillful people.
So anywhere these Jews go, they're an industrious and skillful people. I mean, we know that throughout history. I mean, who built the Great Wall of China in the Qing Dynasty? It wasn't the Chinese. I can tell you that right now. Right? Who built the White House? Who built Chicago? Who built DC? Who built Detroit? Who built up Rome? Greece, Persia, Media, Assyria, Egypt, the pyramids. How did that get there? They didn't build it up. Let them play it in their movies. They were the first samurai. They built it. No, the black Jews did.
Right.
Because in every society they go into, they just seem to stand out amongst the best. They're even in sports. Right? Read on.
It reads, in the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings.
Were found what?
Were found kings.
Were found what?
Were found kings.
Read on.
Princes, governors, generals, secretaries, treasuries, revenue agents.
Do you know the black Jews had an IRS system during the medieval times in the Dark Ages, 1500s, 1300s, 1100s? Right? Read on.
Judges, architects, engineers, doctors, historians, language interpreters, mathematicians, jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters.
Hold on, wasn't Jesus a carpenter? Wasn't he a Jew? Right, read on.
Painters of art, goldsmiths, leatherworks, potters, armorers, ladders, blacksmiths, blacksmith, agriculturalists, and etc.
Now read this one.
Now we're talking about West Africa, Ghana, right? Let's see this. Read this.
It says the black Hebrew kings of Ghana.
Ghana. Read that again.
The black Hebrew kings of Ghana.
The what?
The black Hebrew kings of Ghana.
So hold on. Certain people in West Africa go back to being a Jew. If you're a Ghanaian, your history is Hebrew, because you have black Hebrew kings of Ghana. What does the word Ghana mean? Could you go to Exodus 15:3? What does the word Ghana mean? Do you know? All right, well, that's why we're here to inform you. Because we know the scriptures. We know people say it may be fake, but we validate everything with history and archaeology up here, man. This is a real book. It's a living book, right? But the so-called white man wants you to believe that everything started by an accident.
Right.
But I can't read the Bible. It's fiction. The Big Bang is fiction, man.
Right.
False. See that? Read what you got.
It says the black Hebrew king of Ghana had two titles. Kayamaga, which is master of gold.
Which is what?
Master of gold.
Read on.
The second is Ghanaian, which is war chief.
Ghana meaning war chief. Do you know why it means war chief? If they were Hebrew? Well, let's go to the Hebrew Bible and let's find out. Exodus 15:3.
The book of Exodus chapter 15 and verse number 3.
Bring it out.
The Lord is a man of war.
The what?
The Lord is a man of war.
The what?
The Lord is a man of war.
So that's good that he doesn't believe in our God, because the God of the Bible, the God of the Hebrews, is a man of war, and the word Ghana goes back to being war chief, and they come from being Hebrews. So 9 times out of 10, if you're from West Africa, you are a Hebrew, you are an Israelite indeed. You understand? So that's why we out here to tell our people and educate our people. No, black people didn't have black people in slavery. Africans had Israelites in slavery. Hamites did, man.
Right.
You go back to a different forefather. They go back to Ham, we go back to Shem.
Right.
Noah had 3 sons. You heard of Noah had 3 sons, right? Japheth, Ham, and Shem. We go back to Shem, and they go back to Ham. That's called a slave trade. You don't trade your own people for guns, oil, and drugs. You trade another group of people for something else to benefit your own nation, right?
Right.
And he had to walk off on that because he knows his history.
Wow.
Right? He had to see that. No more scoffing.
Wow.
Right? You can't defeat the history. Go to the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9. Do you know it's in the Bible that we will be sold to the Grecians? It's in the Bible that we will be sold to the so-called white man. All right? Go to Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 19. All right? Go to the book, actually, of Jeremiah chapter 18 verse 17 and 18 verse 7. Because when I talk with you, or when the brother was talking to you, when we're talking about a nation of people, you kept saying, I, well, me. Yeah, the Lord can judge you on an individual type of level, but the Lord judges nations of people. That's like, you ever been part of a team? What sport? Soccer, right? If 3 people are, they running into the coach at the end of practice, and 3 people are just walking. And the coach says, hold on, we got 3 people walking, everybody go in the line. Everybody's running for those 3 people. That's how the Lord deals with nations of people. Right. If you have a few people going off, the whole nation gets judged because everybody's accounted for their brother. But our people don't look at our people on a national type of level. We look at on an individual type of level.
Right.
That don't have nothing to do with me. Right. Look at that brother over there. Shit, I don't got nothing to do with me. I'm my own person. The so-called Chinese men, they don't think about that when they're looking at their own people.
Right.
If they see their own people going off, they say something, man. They rebuke them. You make us look bad. Ding, dang, dang. Don't do that again.
Right.
But we don't do that with our people because they divided and conquered our minds. Now we look at Mexicans as the enemy. We look at Puerto Ricans as the enemy. We look at West Indians and Haitians as the enemy. We're all one people, right? So go to Jeremiah 18 and 17.
Jeremiah chapter 7. 18 and 7. Jeremiah chapter 18 and verse 7.
Hello.
At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation?
A what?
A nation.
Right.
And concerning a kingdom to pluck up and to pour down.
So the Lord can pluck up nations and put down nations. Right? Like the Lord can destroy the Grecian Empire and build up the Roman Empire. The Lord can throw down the Roman Empire and the Lord can build up America.
Right.
The Lord can do these things to nations of people. I mean, we see that with Egypt and the Egyptians. You know?
It says, and destroying it.
And what?
And destroying it.
You know?
If that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from, it's like, if that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them.
So if our people as a nation stop doing certain things against God, the Lord will repent from the evil he's doing to all of us. Yeah, you may have a LeBron James, you may have an Oprah, you may have a Serena Williams, but at the end of the day, when you walk on the streets of Chicago, I don't see Chinese people out here begging. Yeah, we may have people in a higher position, but in America, go to LA, I don't see East Indians out there like this on drugs. Right. That was already placed in their communities. I don't see, you know Chicago known for Chirac. How did they get all those guns? All those automatic high rifle power weapons. Where do they get the bullets for it? Tell me, where do you get the bullets for an AR-15? And we own no gun shops and they have no permits. And I thought guns were banned in Chicago. How does that happen? You're oppressed. CPD drops off guns in the road, crates of guns. We've seen it. And they turn back around and say, hold on. We build prisons for people like you. You have privately owned prisons. Why? Why can somebody invest into a prison and make millions of dollars off of it? Because they drop the guns in the hood, they look at that 7-year-old, they say, okay, about 13 years, statistically, 465,000 13-year-olds should be in jail by this time. And they invest in that prison, and they become billionaire off of oppressing your people. Bro, this is real things I'm bringing to you. So we have to understand the Bible, how to get out of that oppression. You understand what I'm saying? Does this all make sense to you? Okay, so we have to go to Zephaniah 2:1. And we have to understand, okay, go to 1 Kings 8:47. We have to return back to our God. Because yes, you have enemies, whether you understand it, like it, believe it or not. You have people that hate you on the earth just for being God's people. Read what you got, King.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation.
No, oh person.
O nation.
Oh people.
O nation.
Right.
Not desired.
Right. The Lord said, you people that aren't desired in the earth, nobody wants to be like you. Nobody wants to be a nigga, a Negro. Nobody wants to go through what you go through. We need you to gather together. Love your own people and start hating your enemies instead of loving your enemies and hating your own people. Let's try that for once.
Right.
Let's try loving our own people. I have a question. Can you name any group, any political group, or any group ever made in America or even throughout history that doesn't have the so-called white man in it or any other nation? That's just only for our people? What group? Can't say Black Lives Matter. That was infiltrated. Can't say Black Panther Party. That was infiltrated. Right? What group did we have that excluded the other nations and that only allowed us to focus on ourselves? I could think of some cities. Yeah, Black Wall Street. Oh, they burned it down. Rosewood, Florida. Oh, they burned it down and killed everybody in it. So you tell me. I'm trying to figure it out. And then once they burn down your communities, you try to move in with them, and now you have something called redlining. Right? No, you can't come in here. You're not qualified. Well, here's my papers. No, you're not qualified enough. That's what they do. Right? But the Lord said, gather together, O nation, not desire. Read that again.
Gather together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
Oh, what?
O nation, not desire. Before the decree spring forth, before the day pass, as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
So does it make sense that you would be biblically and historically an Israelite according to the Bible? I mean, 1 + 1 is 2. That has to make sense. Because the Israelites experienced what? In the fatherless homes. Right? The Israelites experienced their enemies hating them daily. The brother already showed you that the Israelites went into slavery on ships. So, according to God, what would be your heritage or your culture or nationality? According to the Bible, if you believe in the Bible, because all we read was verses. Does it make sense? It makes sense. So what will be your identity according to God?
It's difficult because I'm mixed. You get me?
All right, go to Numbers 1:18, because you said your mother was a so-called white woman. Well, she goes back to a man or a forefather named Esau. We go back to a forefather named Jacob. You read about in Genesis, the 25th chapter, right? And one people shall be stronger than the other people. And I know you know which people that is, right? But your mother goes back to Esau or Edom, Adam, meaning red, right? Or wasted away. We go back to Israel, right? We go back to a man named Israel. Now I'm gonna show you something. Read what you got.
Book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 18.
Out.
And they assembled all the congregation together, right, on the first day of the second month, right, and they declared their pedigree.
You know what your pedigree is? A pedigree is your lineage. These Hebrews declared their lineage how?
After their families, by the house of their father.
By the what?
By the house of their father.
It really wouldn't matter what your mother would be, because the man carries the seed like a fruit. If I plant a tree or the apple seed in China or in Nicaragua, it's always going to be an apple tree. So your father is what determines your genetic makeup. Right. Right? So, well, you say you come from the Caribbean, the islands, right? You will be an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Just like I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. Right. Do you know who, you ever heard of Paul in the Bible, who wrote the New Testament, the Epistle Paul, the Apostle? Go to Romans 11:1.
Romans chapter 11 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
I say then, have God cast away his people?
Have what?
Have God cast away his people?
No, this book is fiction.
Have God cast away his people?
God's people are still on the earth today living out punishments they didn't, living out the punishments the Lord gave them 5,000 years ago for breaking the covenant we had with the Lord during the time of Moses. So God didn't cast away his people. Read on.
God forbid.
What the Lord said?
God forbid.
Hell no, the Israelites are still here. Read on.
For I also am an Israelite.
What Paul say?
For I also am an Israelite.
Paul had a nationality. He said, I'm also an Israelite. From what?
Of the seed of Abraham.
Right, because we go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and what?
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Where's Paul from?
Of the tribe of
No,
Benjamin.
he's a black man.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Caribbean.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
So Paul was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. That's all we're just trying to show our people. Is to wake up and stop calling yourself a Crayola color out of a crayon box. There is no nation. There is no nation called black. You was on an airport today. Yo, you was at the airport today. Did you ever see? You seen American Airlines, maybe see Southwest, Delta, and you ever seen? Okay, what? America, California, black. LA. Well, you ever seen that? You ever seen black as a destination? So what is this black? What is that? Okay. Well, what about, you seen New York, Houston, African America, right? And then you seen Chicago. You said I want Chicago. You haven't seen African America on there.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Right.
But an Italian man can go back to Italy. Right? The Chinese man can go back to China.
Right.
Russian man can go back to Russia. He said, I want a ticket to Russia. But you can't go back anywhere. You can say Africa, but that's over what, 60 countries? 25 across the Gold Coast? So where do you come from? And that's why we out here. We got to tell our people, you come from Israel. You are a Hebrew Israelite. Genetically, right? Spiritually, mentally, everything proves, historically.
Right.
But our people, go to Revelations 1 and 3. You know the problem with our people? You know why we got to come out here? They don't read.
Right.
They just regurgitate whatever the so-called white man tells them from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m.
That's a fact.
Right? It's what you say, King? We guilty of it, brother. But once we start to read, we start to acquire knowledge.
That's right.
And then what happens is the wicked starts to walk away. Right, read what you got, King.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Blessed is he that readeth.
What the Lord say?
Blessed is he that readeth.
And we love teaching, man. You got the so-called white man walking past. They're not fighting. They're not twerking. What's going on over here? Like you see, they're not twerking. What's going on? They're in order. They're teaching out of a book. You should be playing video games, smoking weed.
Right.
We're not smoking weed. We're educating our brothers up here, man. Right? Read what you got again.
Blessed is he that readeth.
Right.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy.
And they what?
And they that hear the words of this prophecy.
You know what prophecy is? You have a lot of people that say they don't believe in the Bible, yet it's the most sold book in the entire world on purpose.
Right.
Breaking Guinness World Records by 50 times. Why? Prophecy deals with a foretelling of the future, and the Bible predicts the future.
Right.
It foretells the future. Go to Jeremiah 31 and 17. But it tells the future of the nations and the Israelites. You know the Israelites were promised the kingdom of heaven? Did you know that? Or did you think it was for everybody? Go to Romans chapter 9 and verse 3. Well, let's not just say it out of our lips. We're not a Christian pastor. We don't want your money. We just want your time to learn something you may have never heard before. Or may have never heard or going to hear. All right, read what you got. Romans 9 and 3.
Book of Romans chapter 9 and verse number 3.
Bring it out.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ. For my brethren.
For my what?
For my brethren.
Paul's an Israelite. Right, what's your name? Jarvis? Let's meet you, Jarvis. I'm Zah. Right, if Paul was an Israelite and he said he wished he could have went through what Christ went through for his brothers, who are Paul's brothers? They also have to be white. Like you have a brother, right? They could, come from your mother's womb just like you. Right? Is your brother gonna be Chinese? He's gonna be from the same lineage as you. So Paul said, I wish I could go through what Christ went through for the Israelites. Read on.
For my brethren, my kinsmen,
Read on.
according to the flesh,
Right.
who are Israelites.
Who are Paul's brothers?
Who are Israelites?
Who are Paul's brothers?
Who are Israelites?
So, hey, we Paul's brothers up here, man. But certain people are not Paul's brothers. Read on.
To whom pertaineth the adoption,
Right.
and the glory,
And the what?
and the glory.
Do you know that glory pertains to God's people? That's why you have to know it's an important thing to be an Israelite. That's why they don't want you to know you're an Israelite. Because you get the glory of God. Read on.
And the covenants,
Right.
and the giving of the law,
And the what?
and the giving of the law.
So in Mount Sinai, when Moses came down from that mountain, and to guess what, give God's law, give God's people His laws, that was the Israelites that was getting the laws of God. That wasn't everybody. Read on.
And the service of God.
And the what?
And the service of
The
God.
Levitical priesthood that you read about in the book of Leviticus, the Torah, right? That belongs to us. Read on.
And the promise.
And the what?
And the promise.
The kingdom of heaven was a promise. If I promise you something, right? Does that promise pertain to your next door neighbor? If I say everybody in this house, right, I'm gonna take to dinner after 5 p.m. Was I talking to the person across the street? So how can this be for the whole world? Isn't Romans an epistle, a letter? If I come in your house and open your letters, isn't that what's that called, a felony? I can't just open your letters in your house. It's addressed to Jarvis. This was addressed to the Israelites. So if you're an Israelite, you get the promises. So we know what the promises are. The kingdom of heaven. Do you know how to get the kingdom of heaven? People don't even know how to get the kingdom. They think you just grow up and you die in America.
Right.
No, read Jeremiah 31:17.
Jeremiah chapter 31.
And something tells me by the Spirit, I didn't ask, but he's an Edom. What's your nationality?
Kyle. Or, I thought, no, white.
Edomite, right? They only do Edomite things. Right? Sweet. Jeremiah 31:17. And there is hope. What the Lord say?
And there is hope.
And thine end. And thy what? And thine end. So the Lord said, if this is a Bible, a book of full prophecy, foretellings of the future, for the Israelites, there is hope in our end. Like, you're not going to walk up across and down the street and see just dead people and people that's just homeless all the time, Jarvis. You're not going to see you from Great Britain. We got brothers in Great Britain out there. They're being oppressed too.
Right.
W fight Europe out there strong, man. Right? But the Lord said there's hope in our end. Read on. And there is hope in thine end, saith the Lord. Or saith me. Saith the Lord. That thy children. That thy what? That thy children. Shall come again to their own border. Shall what? Shall come again to their own border. Jarvis, in about 2,035 years, we have not seen the land of Israel.
Right.
But there's hope that we will, and that's why we out here, because we have the faith in the Lord, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? Who the world calls Jesus Christ, that we will be brought again to our own border. Right. Where I can look around and I don't have to see a damn white man folding clothes on the concrete, man. Right. I can look around and see my kids playing, and they don't have to be worried about taken by a damn old ass white man, man. Right. And sold into sex trafficking rings. Right. But they'll just be up and down playing. They may be saying the Hebrew to you. They may be going over, your brother may be going over the laws, and you know you're in complete peace and sovereignty, man. The Lord said there is hope in thine end. But there are certain rules we have to do as a people, Jarvis, right, to get the kingdom of heaven. Right. Do you know what we have to do to get the kingdom of heaven? You know what we have to do? Do you love your higher power? Go to Joshua 22:5. We're here to tell you that the God of the Bible only belongs. Go to Joel 2:27. He only belongs to your people. Every nation of people has a God. Right. They have the so-called. They got Zeus, Poseidon, Aphrodite's. Chinese man got Buddha. Indian man got Krishna, and the 8-armed damn demon man. Right. All of these nations has idols. Why does our God look like the so-called white man? Like the people that brought us into slavery. When he in the Bible, he's a so-called black man. Right. Read Revelations 1:14. Right. Go read this in Joel 20:27.
Look at Joel chapter 2 and verse 27.
Look it out.
And ye shall know what the Lord said. And ye shall know. Jarvis, you're gonna know that what? That I am in the midst of Israel. I am in where? That I am in the midst of Israel. What's in the midst of Israel? Read on. And that I am the Lord your God. Everybody's God. And that I am the Lord your God. I took English class. What does the word your mean? What type of noun is that? It's a possessive noun. Right. Your, my, his, hers. Wake them up. Your is my. If that's your shoes, does that also mean it's my shoes? No. So if the Israelites are God's people, right, and God is the God of the Israelites, is he the God of everybody? Is he? Huh? No, he's not. I am your. Look, if I'm your father, am I also this person's father too? No. We know these things. Right. Right? So I am the Lord your God. We don't. Your God and none else. And what? And none else. White man's God. And none else. Chinese man's God. And none else. Italians. And none else. Africans. And none else. And my people, and what? And my people what? Shall never be ashamed. I'm scared to say that. Shall never be ashamed. I'm fired from my job for saying that. Shall never be ashamed. You will never be ashamed that the Yahweh Shema Shah is our God, man. Right. He's the God of the Israelites and none else. You have the living God, man. Right. That's a mighty thing to say. You have the living God on your side. Now, how do we keep his? What do we do to get the kingdom of heaven? Go to Joshua 22:5. It's Joshua chapter 22. And verse 5. But take diligent heed to do the commandment
and the law.
To do the what?
To do the commandments and the law,
Right.
which Moses, the servant of the Lord, charged you.
Right.
To love the Lord your God.
To do what?
To love the Lord your God. To walk in on his way.
So you love God, right? Perfect timing, sister. Because he said you love God too. You love God, right? Okay. We just making sure because that's what you just said. All right. Now, sister. Real quick, sister. How do you show you love God? Because isn't love like an action word? You're okay. Hold on, brother. Get a flyer. Get a flyer, King. He gave you a flyer. She said she's okay. She doesn't know how to love. And I thought she has a baby. How do you love your baby then? How do you love your child? Yeah, she's with the Edomite. Yeah. She got blonde hair so she could be like, what's her name? Hannah Montana. For a butt. He said, I don't like that natural hair. You better get this blonde nigga woman. That's what he said. See that? That's off. They got types of fetishes we don't know about. I'm gonna play the slave master this time. That's off.
Right.
See that? And they got a white baby, man. Hey, my baby. Jarvis, you better lecture her when she goes home.
Right.
Alright, that's madness. See, you got Cleveland demons out here in Chicago. Well, you got a lot of interracial acts. Go to Deuteronomy 7 and verse 3. You got a lot of madness out here, man. People trying to stick up for the so-called white man. Right? It's just complete madness out here in Chicago. Alright, what you got?
Deuteronomy 7 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
What the Lord say?
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
What a white woman.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Read on.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto thy son.
Y'all believe in Jesus? No? Y'all believe in Jesus? All right, read on.
Thy daughter shalt thou not give unto thy son.
Right?
Nor his daughter thou shalt not take unto thy son.
That's plain commandment. Right. Those are plain commandments the Lord said, man. Now we shouldn't be giving our sons to their daughters, vice versa, man. Right? Because when we go to Tobit 4 and 12, you're polluting your seed, man. Right. We're not dealing with that, man. Right? You gotta love your own nation, man. And that's what our people need to learn. How to love your own nation. And I really hope Jarvis thinks about that, man. At least he held his peace. He wasn't like, scoffing like a damn demon, man. Right. He started speaking up a little bit, and the damn Edomite had to walk. I can't control him no more. Let me just walk off. I can't just tell him anything. Right. All right? It's madness. Read what you got. Look at Tobit chapter 4 and verse number 12.
Read out.
Beware of a whoredom. What does the Lord say? Beware of a whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers. And chiefly take a wife of the seed of your own fathers, man. Right? Because, I mean, that just shows self-hatred when you start to love the other nations. Right. You start hating yourself because now you're going to try to conform to them, and we're not like them. You're going to start to change your hair. You're going to look at your hair, start pulling it, and you're like, I don't like that. Why is it always nappy? You start using words like nappy. All right? And you're going to try to use different products that the so-called white man try to give you, man. But the Lord said, don't be like them, man. Go to Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Finally, we've been looking for y'all all day.
Right.
All day. Where y'all been at?
Right.
Yeah, where you been at? We've been looking for y'all all day. Y'all see yourself right here? So we was trying to ask y'all that question. Y'all see yourselves on the sign? What's your nationality?
African American.
What about you, sister?
No,
Same. What about you, sister? African American? Do y'all believe in God or Christ? Y'all do? Believe in the Bible? What about you, sister? You believe in the Quran? Okay, you say you believe in the Bible? Oh, do you believe in God? Like a higher power? What about you, brother? Alright, okay, I got you. You say you believe in the Quran, we'll deal with that. Alright, but the reason why we're asking this is because the people in the Bible, God has different people that He created in the world, but they have their own nationalities or ethnicities in the Bible.
Right.
Now, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the Quran, I don't know about you, but the word African American doesn't appear in there. So how can you relate to yourself in the Quran? Or how can you relate to yourself in the Bible? You have to find out who you are in the Bible, because if God created everybody, shouldn't we be able to find our nationality? I mean, it would make sense, right? Go to Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. Go to the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15, and go to the Babylon at Timbuktu and read page 90. Read page 42. Read what you got.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 16. There is no end of all the people.
What the Lord say?
There is no end of all the people.
All the nations God created in Genesis, they're still here. Because you come from a seed, you come from a father. That father had a father, and that father had a father. So we have to identify who we are in the Bible. Through history and proof. Right? You say you believe in the Quran? You know in the Quran you have to believe in the Bible. Surah 3 and 122 and on down. To understand the Quran, you have to understand the prophets. Who are the prophets? The prophets come from the Bible. Even in the Quran. Do you know what the word Quran means? To recite. When you recite something, what does that mean? Like, to pass on, right? Exactly. So if I recited a song from Beyonce, that's not my song. The reason why the Quran means to recite is because they're just reciting the Bible. Right? And we can prove that. Right? What's going on? Y'all had questions too? All right, let me show y'all something real quick. Read what you got, page 46.
This is page 46.
Right.
And
Read right here.
Incidentally, by the time the Hebrew Old Testament had been translated into Arabic,
So
The Hebrew Old Testament was translated into Arabic, and then you have something called the Quran. They translated, they took it. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to show you that the people in the Bible that God chose, we're the same people on the face of the earth today.
Right.
The Israelites, the Hebrews.
Right.
When Moses, you ever heard Moses split the Red Sea? You ever heard of that? Moses split the Red Sea, and the people from Egypt, they came over, right, and God gave them covenants. We are those people today. Y'all will be the sons of daughters of the kings in the Bible.
Right.
Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Deuteronomy. Y'all listening? You listening? I'm gonna show you something.
Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
Get out.
Let it shall come to pass.
What the Lord say?
Let it shall come to pass.
Y'all know what prophecy is? What's prophecy? Prophecy is a foretelling of the future. No matter how many people you say that don't believe in God, the Bible is the most sold book in the world by record numbers. For a reason, all around the world. Because the Bible deals with end time prophecy, and it deals with things that happened in history but was foretold. So we're about to read certain things that happened to the Israelites that will still be happening to this very day. And I'm going to ask you, who are these people today? Right, what you got?
Reading on, it says, to observe to do all his commandments and statutes, which I command you this day.
So you don't keep God's commandments, statutes that I command you this day. Remember, this was written 5,000 years ago. Read on.
Now all these curses.
Now, all these what?
All these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
If I curse you, is that a good or a bad thing? That's a bad thing, right? So, I mean, the Lord said if you break his contract, you receive curses. In America, if you break a contract, you may, get sued, get debt, you may go to jail, interest rates. But God said if you break my contract, I'm going to curse you and your children. Right, read on.
Which I command, so all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now I'm gonna read you one curse. Read this.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
What the Lord say?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Who lives in the worst conditions in every city in America? That's our people. Uh-oh. It gets deeper than that. Read on.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Wait, what the Lord say?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Tell me. What people was in the field? Our people, right? The Lord said, cursed shall you be in the field. Read verse 48.
Verse 48. Right? It reads, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy.
What the Lord say?
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
Once upon a time, y'all listening? Y'all not listening?
Our siblings are waiting on us.
Y'all siblings is waiting on y'all? I got you. I'm gonna leave you with this. Right? We are the Israelites according to the Bible. We are the true Jews. Y'all heard what Kanye and Kyrie Irving was saying? Right? We are the true Jews according to the Bible. Look into that information. We need to repent and keep God's laws because we are a people of no order. We do what we want to do. Our women shake their ass in the streets. Jamal shoots up Rail. Rail sleeps with Jamal's wife. And they just do whatever they want to do. Right? But if you see every nation of people, they have a set of moral codes or laws that they abide by.
Right.
Our people don't. Because they said to God, well, we don't want to keep your laws. We do what we want to do.
Right.
And now our children are cursed. So we come out here and tell our people how to reverse that curse by keeping God's commandments.
Right.
Before y'all leave, y'all have to learn 2 commandments. 2 commandments that can help reverse this curse. Because y'all care about y'all people, right? So y'all gonna hear these commandments. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 8.
Deuteronomy chapter 14.
14 in verse number 8. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine. Because it divided the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you.
It is what?
It is unclean unto you.
So what is swine? Pig, right? So you know,
So you follow the Quran. You're not supposed to eat pork, right? That's going off. No pork. It's an unclean animal. You got goat, ox, chicken, turkey, right? You got damn venison, bison. You got a lot of animals you can eat. Just don't touch the filthy pig. Read on.
You should not eat of their flesh,
Right.
nor touch their dead carcass.
No, eat fish. You fish? You can eat fish. But there are certain things out the great blue sea that you just cannot touch. And we're gonna show you. Read on.
These ye shall eat of all that are in the waters.
right?
All that have fins and scales.
All that what?
All that have fins and scales shall ye eat.
Show you what?
Shall ye eat.
So the Lord said, all that has been.
Fins and scales you can only eat. What fish has fins and scales? What fish has fins and scales? Not all fish. Shark doesn't have fins and scales. Octopus don't. Catfish has fins, no scales. Now read on. So
Verse 10. And whatsoever have not fins and scales, ye may not eat.
what the Lord say?
Ye may not eat.
So you can't eat shrimp, can't eat crab, can't eat lobster, crawfish. I don't care how much lemon sauce they give you. You can't eat it, man.
Right.
The Lord said no, because they roam around on the bottom of the sea and eat the poop of the things that come up from the clean fish. Right? I heard octopus. It was a style, and then oysters. They like eating oysters. Calamari. That's off. Don't eat calamari, huh? Blobfish.
What?
If you were eating those things, according to God, if y'all love God, if you love God, are you willing to stop eating those things forever? You are? What about you, sister? Yeah, okay, all praises. Now, what about you? Okay. I'll roll your eyes. But okay. Read Exodus 31 and 13. Now, this is the last commandment we're going to give y'all before y'all get up out of here. All right, read this.
Exodus 31, verse 15,
Bring it out.
verse 14. It says, ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you.
Y'all know what the Sabbath day is? The Sabbath day is tonight, Friday night to Saturday night. Because what did the Lord do on the seventh day? Huh? He rested. Meaning his people got to rest. I mean, if you leave it up to the so-called white man, you will work 9 days a week, 56 hours a week. He'll give you all the overtime in the world. All of it. But the Lord said, I want my people to rest because they're a holy people. So on the seventh day, tonight's a rest day. All right, read on.
It reads, ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore,
Right.
for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth it,
What the Lord say?
Everyone that defileth it.
You pollute God's rest day, which is Saturday, the seventh day. What do you think happens? Huh? Okay, curse. But do you know God kills people? Did y'all know that? He puts people in the grave as a punishment. I mean, we're cursed, and look how many people of our people died. Right? The Lord said on the Sabbath day, read on.
everyone that defileth it shall surely be put to death.
Shall what?
Shall surely be put to death.
The Lord said you will surely be put to death.
Right.
Now I'm gonna read y'all something. Read this from the King.
It says, in case you,
No, read the top. What day?
it says, what day of the week do most people die?
What day of the week do most people die? Statistically. Read the last verse.
Saturday.
No, of all.
Of all the days of the week, Saturday is the day where people are most likely to die.
So tonight and tomorrow, till tomorrow night, your chances of death increases if you don't keep the Sabbath day.
Right.
Just letting y'all know that for safety reasons. I suggest that y'all keep God's Sabbath day. And if the Lord said rest, do we go out and work? No, we don't do that. That's called the fear of the Lord. Go to Hebrews 10 and 31. Right? I mean, Nehemiah 10 and 31. So we don't work. So if you have jobs, your mom asks you to move something on the Sabbath, you're like, no, I can't do that. She asks why. You go into the Bible, he said, we're the Israelites, and God said not to work on his day because I
Right.
believe in God.
Right.
As simple as that. It is what it is. Now, what else can't you do on the Sabbath day? We're just trying to present y'all from going off and sinning. Read this.
Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
And if the people of the land
Of course not. You know?
bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
So let's say the people of the land, like these Edomites over here, let's say they came to sell to your nation of people, right? Because they know we're the most strongest nation, right? And they say, you know what? To get these people to fall, we need them to sin. So we're gonna sell to them on the Sabbath day. It's called temptation. We don't.
That we would not buy it of them.
No, we can buy on the Sabbath day.
That we would not buy it of them.
Saturday shopping spree.
That we would not buy it of them. On the Sabbath.
On the what?
On the Sabbath.
What would happen if every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man didn't buy on Saturday? What would happen to America's economy? Do y'all know we're the second largest consumers in America and first largest consumers in the second poorest nation behind the Native Americans? Why is that? You're the first consumer in America and you're the second poorest nation in the country. What if our people kept the Sabbath day and they didn't buy and sell on Saturday? Wouldn't you have more power in America? Wouldn't they beg you to do certain? Wouldn't they elevate you in America? Because you have trillions of dollars in spending power, but the Lord said, just keep your money on the Sabbath day. But you see our people lined up at Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Calvin Klein. The Jordans just came out. They come out 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday, finish line. Gotta get them. Gotta get them on my feet. But the Lord said, just keep his commandments. Do y'all understand that? Are you gonna keep breaking God's Sabbath day? You're not gonna do it, right? Because what does the Lord like to do to people? He likes to kill them. And go to Isaiah 45 and go to 1 Samuel 2 and 6. If you didn't believe me, well, let's hear the words of the Lord. I'm gonna leave y'all off with this one. Y'all got the flyers, look into the information, but we're not teaching a religion. We're teaching a heritage and a culture and a custom. We're the Israelites. That's not a religion. It's not something you can convert to. It's your ethnic background. It's your heritage. Like I can convert to Islam. I can convert to Christianity. You can't convert to be an Israelite. It's through your blood, through your fathers. All right, what you got?
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse number 6. The Lord killeth.
What the Lord do?
The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
The Lord, he new babies on the earth. All glory to God. When people die, that's all glory to God too, because he does the same thing. Read on.
He bringeth down to the grave.
He does what? He bringeth down to the grave. The Lord brings down to the grave and what?
And bringeth up.
And what?
And bringeth up.
We know our name by Jesus Christ was resurrected. So that's proof. And other men were resurrected in the scriptures as well. So the Lord can put you in the grave and put you in a so-called t-shirt, or the Lord can resurrect you like our Lord if y'all keep the commandments. Y'all understand that? Y'all got any questions? I'm gonna ask y'all another question. Before y'all leave, y'all gotta get it right. What is your ethnicity or your heritage or nationality according to God? Not according to what this world told you, but according to God. Well, according to God, not what this world told you. Israel. Oh, give me a clap for the sister. Israelite. Y'all are Israelites according to the Bible. Hebrews. God's chosen people. Go to Deuteronomy 7:6. You can't walk away and say, well, I'm an Israelite. Oh, no, I was an Israelite. All right, what we gonna eat? No. It means something. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art a holy people.
The Lord said,
For thou art a holy people.
holy means set apart. You're different. You're just not like everybody. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God. Right. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
What the Lord said?
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
When the Lord created all 18 nations, he was looking, he was like, black people, Israelites. I want them. They're the best people. Naturally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. I mean, just look at sports. Who dominates in sports? Brother, what's your name? Elijah? Before you answer that call, have you ever seen an East Indian man dunk a basketball? What about shoot a basketball? What about play it between his legs like Kyrie? He can't do it. Why? Because he's not a what? He's not an Israelite, man. We invented damn near everything in America. I know y'all gotta go. Well, look into the information. You too, sis. Know you interested, right? Yeah, we finished that up.
God hath chosen thee.
What the Lord say?
God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Unto us what?
Unto himself.
So the Lord chose our people to be a special people unto himself. Right? They dealing with the sister. You hear that, sister?